Week 16 of the NFL, and our focus is on Rachaad White. He was unstoppable a week ago, a mountain of yards and a pair of touchdowns. It's the Bucs and the Seahawks, and it's coming up next.
We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the SoDo district of Seattle. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, it's been perfection so far. They come in here unbeaten at 14-0.
And just 2 wins away from doing something only 2 teams have ever done. But the most important thing for them now is to make it to the postseason in one piece.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. So here are the Bucs backed up to start their initial drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
Every quarterback in the NFL has a little bit of his own signature style out there, but for this guy, he really plays the game in a different way. It's led to a couple double takes from us up here as we see him as something truly unique. It's not that he's just the strongest passer or the best athlete to ever play the position. He just has a certain way of seeing the action, and it allows him to make some special plays out there.
The numbers for White a week ago, just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total, scary. On the handoff, it's White. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And Charles, you think about this offense, it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation, and actually you didn't create it. You presented it, and you're exactly right. It is tricky because your eye has to be on the ultimate prize, which is the Super Bowl. That's paramount. But at the same time, how much fun would it be to go down as one of the all-time great teams and join the 1972 Dolphins as the only undefeated team to win a Super Bowl? That's how you pick up a first down. You know where the sticks are, you know where the first down marker is, and you find a way to get there. That's called having vision.
He had a lot of vision last week, didn't he? NFC Offensive Player of the Week, he was dominant. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. You talk about this Seahawk defense. Now they're squarely in the middle of the pack against the run this year, number 16 in the NFL.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the #1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance. Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll run with White. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Rachaad White scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Buccaneers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. Here's Walker to start the drive. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Let's go.
Sticking with Walker on second down. They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with third and still 9 to go. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And they needed to be because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the...
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. As we count down through the final few weeks of the season, these guys have nothing to sweat about. They clinch the top spots of the road to the Super Bowl. It runs through them.
And there's a natural inclination here, partner, to say, okay, a lot of guys aren't going to play down the stretch. We've clinched. We're ready to go. But there's another part where you say, let's show the league why we're the #1 team. Maybe you intimidate someone. Maybe you dissuade them from thinking that they can beat you in the playoffs by going out and being really impressive down the stretch.
Absolutely, and you want to take momentum into the playoffs. There's also pride on the line for these guys individually.
Yeah, momentum and pride. Yeah, I'd make room for them and put them both in uniform.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. 67 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's White. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
They'll run with White. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Jalen Carter in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Here is 3rd and quite a ways. And going right back to Walker. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. Offense heading back out, and with them comes Rachaad White. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. 85 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. They go right back to White here on 1st down to about the 45.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Here's White. And I don't think he got there, no. Too short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in everyone to this Christmas Eve edition of the EA Sports halftime report. So let's get to it. We'll get started out in Denver. And it's the Falcons who are out in front in the 2nd quarter. Desmond Ridder has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we head over to the West Coast. Check out the Niners at home at Levi Stadium. And they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. Juju Smith-Schuster, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou to check on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. DeAndre Swift, a touchdown run in the victory. It was a solid first half for the running back, Rachaad White. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half.
Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Okay,
both these
Coach,
teams going through their final adjustments
the
before heading back out of the locker
back
room.
in for
Time for us to go
number
back
3.
out to Lumen Field, where we rejoin Brandon Gott.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Joe Tryon in there for a milestone sack. That's number 150 of his great career.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. And here's Ryan Wright now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returnable here from the 38. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out. 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. Room here to run. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rachaad White, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Buccaneers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Extra point attempt to follow here. He's got it, and it's 17-0. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. The Bucs ready for the kickoff, and here we go. It's in the air. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10.
Okay, break.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Weldon. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 46, here's second and 5. Looking to throw. Weldon targeting the out route, and he completes this to Metcalf. And Metcalf going to have the Seahawks first down as he'll get this down inside the 40.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 22-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10.
Ready, go!
They'll fake the jet sweep and go instead with Walker. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
At the Bucs' 24-yard line.
Watch the blitz!
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Looking to throw on second down. Weldon. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Back to throw. Weldon. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. All right, so this one not quite over yet. Back to a 2-score game, CD.
Yeah, and you've still got 4+ minutes to go. So when you think about comebacks, it's happened before. Now, it hasn't happened often, but you've got to think to yourself, let's be the next great comeback story and play this one out.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Yeah, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. So out come the Bucs now. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They keep it on the ground. White again. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today. So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They'll try and run for it. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. The Bucs try it on 4th down but come up empty. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
Ready, set. Get it.
On 1st and 10, Weldon. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Looking to throw. Weldon firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. To throw on 2nd down. Weldon. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. 3rd down and goal coming up here. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. One play, 75 yards. And the Bucs take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Seahawks 7.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down. They'll look to throw again. Completes it to Austin. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Back to throw again. Austin is there and brings in another one. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down pass from the 5 falls incomplete, and the Bucs defense, they'll celebrate the goal line stand. First down, here's White. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for Tampa Bay, they are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, this loss really hurts their playoff chances as they drop to 7-8 with 2 games left. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
First off, my name Toad, but it's really Tobe Chuku. Got a BM that keep my season, that keep me fruitful. Grew up wearing platinum FUBU on the Southwest, eating fufu. And the hammer that I keep don't come with nails. Look, I ain't know who Bill Burr was until I met the man. Half my married to the street without